Hi everybody, it's me, Dr. Whimsy, and today's topic is going to be 10 simple rules for digestive health. This is a topic that most naturopathic doctors are very, very familiar with, and the reason that we're familiar with it is because it makes up a large percentage of why people come to see us. In fact, I would say that digestive health is an area of medicine that most naturopathic doctors are very, very familiar with. So these are 10 simple tips for healthy digestion. So let's begin. The first thing that I had on my list, I actually wrote an article about this. If you'd like to read the article and the blog, you can go to drwhimsy.com, just click on blogs, and you'll be able to read all the articles I've written. The first simple step to healthy digestion that I tell people to make is to simply stop and take a moment before you eat to meditate and to pause, whether it's to say a prayer if you're a religious person, or to meditate and prepare yourself for the process of digesting your food or preparing yourself to begin to eat, which is to begin the process of digesting your food. And the reason why we recommend this has to do with how the body prepares for digestion. It's a process, it's a physiological process that begins even before you smell the food. That process is known as the cephalic phase of digestion. And it happens when we begin preparing food, when we smell food. The pancreatic enzymes start to show up in the saliva. We start to produce more saliva, and we begin the process of allowing ourselves to digest our food. So this is why simply taking a moment to pray or to meditate, to be grateful before we begin the process of eating, can be really helpful to helping us with our digestion. The second recommendation I have is to slow down and to enjoy your meal. Sometimes with some of my patients who have gone to see gastroenterologists and have had a long history of upset stomach, gastroesophageal reflux, etc., nothing can be found that's apparently wrong, and then when you do an assessment you find out that they're wolfing down their food, they're eating in their car, they're not thinking about what they're doing. They see dramatic improvement simply by slowing down and enjoying their meal. And so I have here as the second list to slow down, enjoy your meal, and to slow down the process. So if you're eating food really, really quickly, if you're done with your meal in 5 to 10 minutes, then that may be part of what's contributing to gastric upset. So number one, take a moment to pray or meditate or simply to prepare for the process of eating. Smell the food, get the gastric juices going, get the saliva going. And then when you do begin the meal, eat the meal slowly. Sit down to the meal and enjoy the process. Don't wolf it down in 10 minutes. Eating in a car, not a good idea. Eating while you're walking down a street, not a good idea. Sit down to your meals and take your time. The third thing I have is to chew your food thoroughly. This is a very common problem I see. I see it in myself as well. Sometimes I'm stressed out. I'll chew my food really, really quickly, or my mind is somewhere else. It's not on the process of, my mind is not focused on actually chewing and eating and, concentrating on the act of eating. In traditional medicines, for example, medicines coming out of traditional Chinese medicine, some of what we learn when we study macrobiotics, the study of a form of natural medicine that comes out of Japan, the importance of chewing our food is mentioned quite a bit. And that's because when we chew our food really well, we're mixing it in with the saliva and we're allowing those digestive enzymes to begin the process of breaking down the food. If you have poor dental care, you might want to really consider the possibility that there's a correlation between poor dental health and poor digestion. So really make it a priority to take care of your dental health, flossing, good dental care, and taking care of any problems you have with the teeth themselves. You might also want to look at changing your toothpaste. Some synthetic toothpaste can be drying to the mouth. Some mouthwashes can be drying to the mouth, and that can inhibit the ability to produce saliva. So you might want to switch it up to something that either promotes saliva or something more natural without preservatives or chemicals that might be drying the mouth or inhibiting enzymes. The next thing I have on the list is not to eat when you're upset or angry. Being angry, being upset, being in strife, fighting at the table, all those things can be very disruptive to the health. Next on the list is don't wait until you're starving. If you're absolutely famished and you've skipped a meal and you're going to be more inclined to eat really quickly, wolf down your food, and you're also going to be inclined to eat more than you actually need to eat. And that's because by the time you realize you've overeaten, it's already too late. It can sometimes take a while before we know that we're actually full. Don't fill your plate up with until it's full. You really want to just take a small plate, take a small amount, take your time, chew your food really, really well, enjoy your meal, and then if you want more, you can take more, but don't fill your plate up and then think to yourself, well, I've got to finish the plate now. The other thing I have on the list, this was number 8, was to prepare your own food. The process of preparing your food is a great idea for a number of reasons. First off, because you know what's going into the food. If it's pre-packaged, if there's a whole list of things there that you don't know what they are, that's probably not a good idea, and it probably shouldn't go into your body. Instead, learn to prepare your own meals and take the time to do that, even if it means prepping. Start from scratch. Go online, get involved with other communities that are learning how to cook whole foods. I always tell people, if you're not ready to be 100% plant-based, I totally understand that. And you may never want to be 100% plant-based, but you can try to, for a goal of 80% of your diet of what's on your plate being from plants. That means whole grains, vegetables, beans, nuts, and seeds. And then 20% can be from an animal source. Start there. That's just the actual looking at the plate. How does your plate look? 80-20 rule. That's a great starting point if you're just starting out. And make it yourself so you know what's going in there. Nothing prepackaged, nothing synthetic, all whole foods. Join other support groups online so you get some support with what you're doing. Number 9, that actually was number 9. It was to eat whole unprocessed foods, nothing from scratch, nothing from prepackaged products. Those are expensive, they're costly. It also goes into the landfill because more packaging means more garbage that has to go into the landfill. And if you're really trying to minimize a negative impact on the environment, reduce pollution, etc., you really, if you can buy in bulk, bring your own bags if you can. Every little bit helps, but it's also healthy for you, not just the environment, but it's healthy for you because you're eating like grandma, great grandma. You know, it comes out of the earth, you chop it up, you eat it. You chop it up or you prepare it, and there's a lot of gratitude in that. If you can do your own gardening, that's great too. I don't really have the time or the space to do that myself, but people who do garden, I think it's great if you can do your own organic gardening. I think it's amazing. And then share food and join communities where you actually can share. That's even better. And then finally, the 10th tip I have that I wanted to give today is to be grateful for the meal and to be grateful to the person who has prepared the meal, to thank them and to be thankful for what we have. I think that it's so important to take a moment of gratitude for what we have, and I think we sometimes forget what we have. We can sometimes be a little self-indulgent and be a little pity party. I have done that more than once myself. And to really take a moment to be grateful, even for the most humble meal, and whenever you can, also take a moment to share your meals, because I think community is a really important part of being a healthy person, sharing our meals is an important part of having healthy community. I want to thank you for listening to this simple video that I'm putting out. My name is Dr. Whimsy Anderson. I'm a naturopathic doctor. If you'd like to find out more about naturopathic medicine, you can go to the American Association of Naturopathic Physicians to find a trained naturopathic doctor in your area who's gone to medical school and has the training to hopefully help you. If you'd like to find out more about my work, you can go to drwhimsy.com. I do offer general health coaching via telemedicine. If you would like to contact me, I'd love to help. Be sure and subscribe if you like this channel, and like and share. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.